So unfortunately, my audio was really bad with my microphone. I think I got a bad microphone, so I'm just going to walk you through this video here so you have better audio. So I'm out driving the car, put it back in street mode. What that means is you'll notice that the cup holders are back. There's no transmission temperature gauge down there. And up top there was a air fuel gauge on the steering wheel column. I've since moved those up here on the dash. I've got a two gauge pod I put on the dash, and basically move the air fuel and the transmission temp gauge up there. And down at the bottom there, I've got my cup holders, so I can now have drinks back in it. Looks more factory, you know what I mean? Looks more like a street car. The column isn't cluttered anymore, so it just looks more of a full-on street car than it did kind of a half race car, if you will. And with the gauges up on the column, off the column and up on the dash like that, they're a little easier to read, a little more neat looking, if you will, like could have come from the factory that way. And what I'm talking about here is that I'm just driving around the car. It's just like a normal street car now. It's got the full exhaust on it. I put a set of 295 40 by 18 Nitto street tires on it. They're the G2 555s. And before you ask, yes, I know it's ridiculous how much they spend. But I wanted a tire on the car that no matter where I drove it, I wouldn't have to worry about fearing for my life like you do with drag radials. So at this point, I don't want to get caught in the rain, but if I ever do, I won't be afraid to drive it in the rain on the way home or something if I get caught somewhere, let's say a car show or an event or something like that. So at this point, I'm just driving it around, just enjoying the car. It's been all year just kind of chasing it down and getting the transmission problems sorted out. Just dialing in the Holly computer and the tune. And right now I've got the car turned way down to like 14 pounds of boost. And then after I make this video and do some hits, I turn down even more to like 12. And it's still ridiculous, you know. Yeah, she rolls out pretty good. You know, just trying to roll into the throttle, which I'll show you that in a minute. I've got some video of that outside the car. Overall, it's just a really fun car. It's crazy fast. It does everything right. It's just like having a stick shift car because it's a full manual valve body with 3 gears. You just don't have to have a clutch. So I'm probably going to get my daughter in here soon to learn how to drive the car, which would be pretty neat that she's driving this car after all these years. And at the same time, it's going to teach her how to get used to driving a car with a manual transmission without having to worry about the clutch. Once she's comfortable in this, then I'll switch her over to the Mach 1 that I have with the 6-speed manual, and then we'll start getting her comfortable with it. Here's the parts I took out. This is the column gauge mount here. And then this was the original drink holder. I cut out the bottom of it there. I made a little piece of metal with the cutout for the gauge. And then I had this little adapter which tilts the gauge towards you. And then for my big gulps, I had this, which went in there. And that's how it sat in the car with the gauge on it for my center cup holder. That's old stuff out now just to make it cleaner. Sorry about the audio quality. I wish I had it where it didn't sound like it was underwater. I put in a few clips just so you can hear the car. Again, apologize for the bad audio. Didn't know my microphone is starting to go out on me. And it was fully charged, so I think it's just a bad unit. But either way, hope you've enjoyed the videos this year for 2023. I've tried to put a lot of content out on my channel, from the black car to the 68 Hemi Charger to the Pontiac G8 and the Mach 1, even the blue F-150 I got this year. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any requests for next year for content, be happy to hear it. And thanks for tuning in.